Hey everyone, this is NJ Scholes checking in with all of you and giving some updates before the episode. So, we're nearing the end of the season, and with that, we're going to be taking a hiatus after the season is over. Now, don't worry, we'll be back as soon as we can, but I just want to make sure I have enough time to get these episodes out to you guys and make sure that it's the quality I want it to be. But in other news, we have a Q&A coming up in this December. And the whole exciting thing is either questions for me on the production side of things or a fun in-universe Q&A for your favorite radio host, Rex Adams. So email any questions that you have for me or the morning show that does exist to our email or Facebook or Instagram. We'll be checking all of that and hopefully getting it to you by December. All right, enjoy the episode. Also, content warning. This boy gets a lot violent. So, yeah.
Good evening, everyone. You are here hanging and banging with Bella Jewel live at 5. How's everyone doing on this fine October night? Halloween is fast approaching, and I am bringing you the latest and greatest hacks to make this spooky season an absolute banger to remember. So stick around, folks, because this is the show, and we are rolling. Happy birthday, there's sadness in the air, people dying everywhere, but happy birthday. Just another year old and you kinda lost your soul, but happy birthday, happy birthday. What? Stop looking at me like that, Jeremy. It's your birthday. We gotta celebrate. Come on. It's not that bad. You know you love it. You do. Whatever. Well, blow out your candles, punk. We're officially adults now, and that's pretty worth celebrating. What, the tape? It's for historical records and all that. Things don't last forever, so I want to have a record for the future. You know, I want to remember all the good times we spend together. All right, fine. I guess I'm a little sappy too. We're both a little too emotional. Now shut up and eat your cake before I shove your face in it. It's getting a little too touchy-feely in here. Yeah, I guess you're right. And that's another tape for the collection. Dang, Jeremy, where are you finding all of these? Really, the mayor's just throwing them out. That woman, you know, she's something else. I can't believe she asked you to destroy all these old records. I mean, yeah, but, well, I'm glad you didn't. Maybe it's just her putting on a little play. I mean, I'm pretty sure they didn't have tape recorders back in, 1960 whatever, but still. There's something going on here, right? I don't know. All I can say is that Mayor Judas is a little weirdo, and I'm trying to figure out why. Of course you're going to help me. You already gave me the tapes, so you're basically involved. If I go down, you're coming with me. Dude, relax. This is well within the bonds of what reporters are allowed to do. Besides, I'm not going to go out in the open with any of this until we get the full story lined up. If the mayor's hands are dirty, which they probs are, then we're going to find them dirty details. I can feel it. Look, something bad happened in 75, and then 2006, and my family got screwed over, and a lot of people got screwed over. So I'm not just gonna sit by and let the answers fall away. Come on, Jeremy. Do it for your pep, for my family, for my abuela. Come on. And this Dante guy, whoever he is. Yeah, well, that's better than a mystery that's over 40 years in the making. Now come on, we got some digging to do. I know you're scared, but look at what's at stake, Jeremy. How long have people suffered? My family has been ripped apart. I can't just sit here and let this stand, especially after what that woman's... Look, you're my co-pilot. You're my best friend. I trust you. I love you, man. I appreciate you, but still, I can't ignore this. Not after what happened. Not after watching everything burn to the ground. You weren't there that day. when everything fell to pieces, when the world was ending. Dude, I watched my family tree go up in flames. If you want out, fine. Go back to your family. Go back to your normal life. You have something to return to. But me? Look around, Jeremy. This is all I got left. So I'm doing this. And you can either step up or step out. But I'm done with your waffling. Did I leave the tape recorder running? Gosh, technology. Great. Well, now we have all the saucy drama for the behind-the-scenes feature. All right, checking in. This is Bella Jewel, and it's a little bit past midnight. Currently here at the mayor's office, with evidence in my hands and questions on my mind. It's dark around here, completely abandoned, except for one room, the mayor's office. She's here, working on something suspicious. So today's the day. I've spent a lot of time on this, and now we're facing off against our white whale. Good evening, Mayor Judas. Care to explain what you're doing here this late? I could ask the same of you. After all, this is my office. I have work to do. What's your excuse, radio host?
Oh, you're awake now. That's good. Does your head hurt at all? It was quite the nasty fall you took. I probably should have been better prepared, but I wasn't sure if you had actually come. Oh, please don't take that the wrong way. I'm happy to see you. It's been a while since I had a chance to just talk with someone. Especially someone like you. Sorry, that probably sounds like a strange thing to say. Like I said, it's been a while since I had the chance to just talk to someone. But it is what it is. Come on now. We have a long walk ahead of us, and it's a bit tricky to navigate in the fog. You were out for a while. Did you have a good dream? Remember something nice? I hope so. Honestly, I don't really have much control over what the fog shows you or where it goes. It just sort of is. I don't mind too much. Sure, it's cold and humid, but you get used to that after a while. Nothing a good jacket can take care of, right? I don't mind too much, but it does get a little lonely. The fog tends to keep people away, stops them from getting too close. Most people look at me like an omen of sorts, and, well, they're not too far off. I don't blame them for keeping your distance, but still, it's a bit lonely. It makes me spend a bit too much time in my head than what's healthy. It really makes you wonder what happens to a person after all that time alone. Am I even still a person, or something else? Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself, aren't I? It's just been a long time since I had someone to talk to. But that's not your concern. You're not here for an idle chat. You're here for answers. You spent a year looking through all the mysteries, and that's why you're here. You want the full context, not my ramblings. So I should probably start at the beginning. Where would that even be? Introductions first, I suppose. My name is Jeremy Johnson, but you probably already knew that. After all those hours of research, all that time spent digging through boxes, how could you not? You're a sharp one, just like her. We were good friends, you know. Best friends, Sometimes it felt like she was my only friend. It's hard making friends when you're raised by cold and distant grandparents. I spent most of my childhood in the background, trying not to make a fuss. Don't stand out and no one gets mad at you. It was easier that way. It's how I survived. But it came with its costs. I had a hard time with attachment. But I suppose that's to be expected. You live your life in the background and it hardly feels like you exist to anyone else. I lived that way for most of my childhood. And then Bella Jewel came around. We met when we were kids. She needed a sidekick and I needed a friend. It didn't matter that I lived with my grandparents or even that I was quiet. Bella was more than happy to bring me along on everything she had planned. The girl was out to take on the world. When she wanted to explore in an abandoned place, I brought the flashlights. When she got in trouble, I bailed her out. When she started asking the big questions, I gave her tapes from the mayor's office. I'm not even sure if it was completely legal to give her the tapes, but Mayor Judas wanted them gone, and Bella was curious. At the time, she was trying to sort through some old city records. Things weren't adding up in the city budget, and she wanted to know why. The mayor was giving nothing, and Bella was dying for a scoop. So, the tapes. The first few were normal, just little conversations between her and a boyfriend or something. Then comes a few questionable memos, and then the big one.
No, I don't care how many lives are ruined in the process. I need this done, and I need this done now. We are innovating, bringing forth a better world, and reuniting me with the one who matters. With a little sacrifice on the road to progress. Believe me, it'll all make sense when it's done. We're not risking much. Just that dingy old hotel, maybe a couple of old patrons. They've lived their lives. There will hardly be anyone there. Now stop whining and let's commence with the test. At least one of these fools is bound to make all of this worthwhile. We're going to get those eyes, and I will not stop until we have them, or every last brick of that cursed building falls to the blooming ground. Now go. Private log. Progress is moving slow. We're trying everything we can to get the shadows moving, but it doesn't seem to be enough. I begin to grow worried as more and more people begin to vanish. There is yet to be a clear way forward to open the doorway, but we are searching. Something has to go right. Something has to work. It has to. This is all that matters anymore.
Bella Jewel was just looking for answers to missing zeros in the city budget. Instead, she found this, and that changed everything. Imagine with me for a moment how I must have felt. Her parents and family are running the hotel. It's a normal day, and then the lights go out in the building. When they come back on, everyone is gone. Guests, housekeepers, managers, everything was gone without a trace. Bella Jewel was 6. She was just a little kid running around on a playground, and then... what do you do at that point? Knowing her at the time, you never would have guessed she was an orphan. Whatever pain, whatever darkness there was, she kept it at bay for years. And then she finds the tape marked as the same date as the day that ruined her life. She was trying to hold back before, but after that, it all came out. Careful, the ground gets a little rocky here. You really need to watch your step, especially with all the loose, wet soil. The path will wind a little bit, so stay behind me. It'll make it a bit easier to navigate. I'll be brief on Bella Jewel's investigation. You've already heard enough about how that went for her. She poured everything she had into finding the truth. Hours, days, months. All of it went to building the best possible case against the mayor. She wanted to be thorough before confronting Mayor Judas. You see, it was more than a story at that point. This was personal. If you were in her shoes, wouldn't you do the same? She was gathering evidence to expose the mayor's crimes. It was for the love of her family. In the end, it was all about love. And I was caught in the middle of it all. The mayor was my boss. I was her personal assistant and confidant. She trusted me to get the job done, whatever it may be. But at the same time, Bella Jewel was important. I loved her. I'd do whatever I could to help her, so I did what I could. Bella Jewel dug around, and I kept the mayor distracted. It was a hard job. Mayor Saloon Judas was a tangled maze of a person. She was kind but stern. Open, but so incredibly secretive. There was a darkness just beneath the surface. It was like that feeling in the air right before it starts to rain. You learn really quickly which questions not to ask. Mayor Judas had skeletons in her closet. There was a past that she desperately was trying to hide. It made her temperamental, anxious at times. The woman went through assistants like tissues. So many were hired and fired in rapid succession. Then I came along, and for whatever reason, she liked me. She grew to trust me, and that led to a few moments of openness. I learned more about the woman than a lot of other people. Despite her cold and at times explosive exterior, the woman cared deeply. She had someone she cared about. She had someone she loved. Dante. At least, that's what Bella and I assumed from the tapes we had listened through. At some point, the references stopped. We didn't have the full records on what happened, so we just assumed he died. Grief is an interesting thing. It looks different with everyone. Some people lash out, some people hide it away, and others focus on doing whatever they can to fix the problem. I assume that's what happened with Mayor Judas. She had an obsession with the occult. Tried to get her hands on every supernatural source of info she could. Some of it was good, some of it was strange, and most of it was focused on the void. Can you feel that? We're getting close. It should be just up ahead now. Again, please be careful. This road isn't in the best condition, and it's especially slick when wet. So watch your step. Now then, where was I? Eyes that can see, a key made of glass. At last bring a vessel for the shadows to pass. The first time I saw the ritual, it was written down in a chaotic pile of notes in her house. I was dropping off a few things she asked me to pick up. And that's when I heard the screaming. She was curled up in a corner of an old bedroom, surrounded by papers and journals and all sorts of diagrams. That poem was written over and over on the walls, like phantoms taunting her every word. Mayor Judas cried. She screamed about the voices that wouldn't leave her be, of the shadow that followed her. In the search to bring back the man she lost, Mayor Judas turned to some supernatural forces. In her search, she found a monster that promised to help for a price. So she fed it, nurtured it, and did everything the monster asked. I'm not sure if her plan would have succeeded. It never had the chance to develop, because during this spiral into madness, Bella Jewel Mallory was completing her case against the mayor. I tried to get Bella to reconsider confronting the mayor. She was playing a dangerous game. One wrong step and she'd be arrested. Or worse. Over and over, I tried to get her to go to the police first. But Bella Jewel was Bella Jewel. And she didn't listen. She needed to see the fear in the mayor's eyes first. So I gave her the mayor's regular schedule. It was late at night. Bella Jewel went into the city hall, and that was that. When she didn't come back, I reported it to the police and braced myself for the worst. Mayor Celine Judas was a maze of a person, but there were always a couple of constants to her. Get the work done, and don't betray her. I broke both her rules, so she dealt with me accordingly. It was a long and exhausting hike, but when I'm given a direct order, I follow. Mayor Judas looked like an absolute mess. I was ready for murder, or rage, or something big, but she was calm. So very calm, and why shouldn't she be? With Bella Jewel gone, her plan was coming together. All of the pieces were together. She just needed a vessel for the shadows to pass through. You'd be surprised what 8 years in the void will teach you. Even if the others there are too scared to approach, you pick up a thing or two. Mayor Celine Judas was a dedicated woman, but she only scratched the surface of all that the shadows had to teach. It's funny. If she had read the fine print a little closer, maybe we wouldn't all have suffered as much. But it's too late for that wistful thinking now. All we can do is move forward. Now then, if I can just get the door. This used to be the old police station. Back before everything happened, Bella and I spent a lot of time here. Some of it was from trouble. Some of it was just to hang out with the younger officers. They were a delightful bunch, more concerned with keeping things running smoothly than really causing any problems. Olivia was close and loved. She was a rock for Bella when I couldn't be. Plus, she was also another voice of reason for when Bella Jewel's schemes got a bit too out of hand. We trusted her. We loved her. Bella Jewel loved her, and so she trusted her with a great treasure. And if Olivia's information is still correct, the file should be right here. Bella Jewel might have been eager to throw herself into danger, but she was far from reckless. She made copies of everything she found, every incriminating piece of evidence against the mayor, and left it right here in the safe hands of someone she trusted. Everything you could possibly need to destroy Mayor Judas's reputation is right here. All organized and laid out. All the answers you're looking for. All of Bella Jewel's dying work. Right here. In my hands. It's for you. Someone has to bring it to light. Someone has to let her story be known. I can't do it. Not like this. I'm a person that shouldn't exist anymore. A phantom to this city and world. But you're a reporter, a journalist, It's your job to inform the people. So go. Inform them. What? Oh, don't worry too much about me. I have plans of my own going on. Just little pieces of the past that need to be straightened out. It's nothing serious. Nothing to worry about. Bring Bellajewel's story to the public. I'm counting on you. Just walk down the street from this building, and there should be a bus stop. The bus should be there in a few minutes. I suggest you take it and go back home in one piece. You still have a job to do, and we can't have you getting hurt. Good luck. Oh, and before I forget, you have a message on your phone. It was going off while you were knocked out. But I suppose I'll let you worry about that. All right then, Blaine. I hope you have a good night.
Dream Girl City is a production by N.J. Scholes. It was written and produced by N.J. Scholes. The voice of Jeremy Johnson was Jarom Harris. Have a question? Have a comment? Want to participate in the Q&A coming up? Email this and more to DreamGirlCityRadio@gmail.com or look us up on social media. If you like supporting the podcast, check out our ACAST support feature or just share the podcast around. Honestly, just getting around by word of mouth helps us out a lot. Thank you so much to all of you who come back week after week, and for everyone supporting. Until we meet again, just stay tuned. The end will come, and you cannot run.
This is Blaine. I'm not there. Leave a message. Or don't. Maybe I'll get back to you. Okay, bye.
Hey, Blaine. I know you're out there and whatever, okay? Look, it's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but... I'm not mad. There's answers out there, and we need to find them. I just wish you'd invite me more into it, I guess, Not run off into the unknown. This is a mess. We can talk about it later. Just give me a call, okay? Hey, Blaine. I know you're probably still busy right now, but I just had to ask real quick. Did you do something with the lights in the apartment? I checked, and they're all weird and flickery right now. I don't know. Maybe we have a loose bulb? Anyways, I'm trying to figure it out, so if you could get me a call back, that would be... Blaine? Blaine? Where are you? Are you even getting these calls? Look, I don't know what's going on, but the doors are all locked and the lights have gone out. We're getting occasional flashes, but it's not much. I tried calling the cops, but they're busy. I don't know. I feel a little nervous, so maybe you could... Hello? Hello? Is there somebody there? Darian? Darian, is that you? Did you break in to drink Blaine's strawberry milk again? Blaine, I don't know how much time we have, so I need you to listen. The shadows are moving, voices are whispering, and there's something in here with me. And it's big, and it's tough, and I can't run. Things aren't looking too great here right now, and so I'm hiding in the closet. But if it finds me, I love you, Blaine. You're like the younger sibling I always wanted. No matter what happens...